Hey there, cosplay holics. Welcome to the Cosplay Cafe. We are serving up a hot steaming cup of cosplay. And tonight, we're also steaming up a hot steaming cup of Disney trivia. You asked for it, and we answered. So first, here's our opening credits. All right. So, first of all, both my lovely co-hosts are joining me tonight. We have Andrea Starnes, aka Media Rise. Hello, Andrea.
Hello.
Looking beautiful as always.
Hopefully I sound decent. I haven't had a voice most of the week, so we're gonna give this a go.
Aww.
So if I have to mute several times, guys, it's because I have a cough from a sore throat. No COVID, thankfully, but I've lost my voice part of this week.
Well, we'll try to take it easy on you tonight. We'll see how we do.
It's fine. Hard to shut me up. That's the problem.
And we also have my other half, Crayle, on the other half of Phoenix Sisters. How's it going, Crayle?
Good. I know the theme was Disney pajamas or comfy Disney. In case you all are wondering, I've got all this on because Punk Aurora totally would sleep in her makeup. Just party all night, pass out, leave it on, deal with it. You know, if there's a problem for future Aurora.
Thing is she's going to wake up flawless. The rest of us are going to wake up with eyeliner smeared like into our hairline.
Mm-hmm.
So
waking up flawless is a Disney princess superpower. Absolutely. Unless you're Anna.
Right.
Then you're allowed to be messy. And Merida.
Yes.
They're allowed to be messy.
And now let's bring in our contestants to our Disney Thunderdome. First of all, we have Garrett and Nikkie of Wonderland Duo Cosplay. Welcome, Garrett and Nikkie. You're looking great.
Welcome back.
We are very happy to be here. Thank you so much
for
inviting us to do this.
And they both recently had birthdays, everybody. So
happy birthday.
Happy birthdays.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we also have Mark and Ruby of T-shirt Cosplay. Welcome, guys.
We have a very full screen tonight, guys.
Yeah, I got to figure out if there's a way to arrange the screen. So I think this might be the best way. We have our contestants on the bottom. I'm going to move Crayle into the middle because Crayle will be keeping score. There we go.
Because everybody wants to sit next to me.
Yeah, we do.
You're the monkey in the middle.
It's true, she really hello, is. Derek. He says he's still stuffy from earlier this week, so might be passively observing, foggy brain and all. That is all right.
We all feel that very, very deeply.
Yes,
I know
we do.
There's a lot of people I know that have been sick with different things recently here. So
a lot going on.
Yeah.
It is the season. It's
the roller coaster weather that is Memphis. It was 70 degrees a few days ago, and it is now like 30 degrees. It's why we're all sick down here.
It's been a rain snow mix most of the week, and now it was in the 20s up here in Wisconsin. So no, thank you.
Quick note about
Derek. Rainy.
His book is available for pre-order on Amazon right now. It's called Tales of Havera. But if you don't know how to spell that, search Derek Spicer in books and look for the super cool cover art of, like the warrior guy and the alien warrior girl, Tales of Havera by Derek Spicer. It's available for pre-order right now. I edited it. So if you want like Game of Thrones, but in space, go buy Tales of Havera, the first book. It's The Orb of Emancipation. By Derek Spicer.
Yes.
Always promote your friends.
Awesome.
It is a spicy space opera.
Spicy space opera. I love it.
We discussed that a couple of weeks ago. It's a spicy space opera. If you're looking for something a little more than Star Wars. A little spicy.
Wow, Derek. So your 80-year-old dad has a healthier immune system than you. That.
Yeah, for
Sounds
those
like
of
my
you
mom.
on the audio only, his 80-year-old dad caught whatever gave him the brain fog and got better in half the time. Oh, here, let's just put the book title on the screen. That would have made sense. I could have done that. It's The Tales of Havera,
Orb
Orb
of
of
Emancipation.
Emancipation. Audio
Hog
only.
brain all
Havera,
around.
Havera, and I will stop gushing now. I edited it. I mean, I really edited it. It was a developmental edit, so
It's your
Help.
baby too. All right, well, let's get to the rules. Let's get to how we're gonna play this game. So we're gonna go in 3 rounds. Round 1 is gonna require audience participation. I do have backup questions if the audience doesn't want to give us questions, but I'm gonna take questions from the audience. We're gonna take turns. So we're gonna pose a question to each team from the audience, and whichever team gets the question first, if you get it right, you get 1 point. If you get it wrong, it goes to your opponents, and if they get it right, they get 2 points. And we're going to go for 5 questions each. Once that's done, we're going to take a little break, do a little bit of chatting about Disney, and then we'll get to round 2. And this is where I had you all prepare questions for each other. So you're going to quiz each other. And those are going to be worth 5 points. 5 points each. So I think you all prepared 3 questions each.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. And then the third round is sudden death. And I'm going to see how the scores are. And so I'm going to be asking the questions for that round. I'm just going to see how the scores are and how much time we have left to decide how many questions I'm going to ask. But basically, I'm going to ask a question. Whoever gets to it first and gets it right gets 10 points.
All right.
So how are we feeling? Are we feeling magical and Disney-licious?
I'm
feeling coffee.
I'm feeling very bouncy, and she has the rumbly in her tumbly. So
got the magic hat.
All right, somebody's got
that. Ruby, you did not have any apples earlier today, did you?
No, but
That's
that could
good.
explain a lot about the headache.
Didn't buy any courses from any beggar women?
No benefits either.
That's good. Yeah, if a stranger comes to your door, just know. Just know.
I think that's why door-to-door salesmen stopped.
All right, so audience, do you have any questions? Otherwise, I do have questions to ask.
I see people watching, so do you have questions?
Oh, we also have to decide who's going first. So,
rock, paper, scissors for it.
okay.
The rollies, but it's not hard to do that.
Rock, paper, scissors is you. I suck at rock, paper, scissors.
So do I, but we'll give it a shot.
Well, Mark and Nikki are next to each other on the screen, so there you go.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Scissors.
They both
You both did scissors.
Both did, yeah.
All right, got to do it again.
Okay.
Let's try again. Okay.
Is this the Disney hive mind?
Yeah.
It
It
is.
is, exactly. All right, here we go again.
All right.
rock.
1, 2, 3. Wow.
All right.
All right.
Yep, all right.
It is
Yeah.
Wonderland Duo.
There we go.
All right.
I don't know if that's
Okay.
Number one.
all right. There we go. I don't know if that's an advantage or a disadvantage, though. I guess
Go,
we'll find
go.
out.
I honestly don't know either. Okay, so first movie, Finding Nemo. What is written on Darla's purple sweater?
Oh my gosh, I can see it.
I can see.
Thomas is
I
offering up a
remember it was
question.
purple.
that-
I've actually seen people cosplay her, and it's
I
hilarious.
have. Yeah, it is.
with
Yeah,
the
because she's so
phrases and
with the little
everything.
ponytails. Yeah.
I'm glad y'all are in the hot seat because I am drawing a blank on that one.
I don't think I've seen.
These cards had a lot of
Yeah,
easy
those are
questions.
like-
This one I was like, no, this
Was it like
this is
fancy or something like that? I'm just gonna.
Was it bling?
No, it wasn't bling. I know.
I don't know.
We're just gonna say fancy.
Fancy, yeah.
good. Final answer.
Yeah.
All right, you did not get that, so it goes to Mark and Ruby.
I have no clue because Mark hasn't seen it, and it's been forever since I've seen Finding Nemo.
All right, well, Rock and Roll Girl.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. It's been a
That's-
long time since I've seen Finding Nemo. It's been a while.
Yeah.
That was a stumper.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
All
We
right,
have
so
our first audience question.
yes. So, yeah, Thomas is cheating a little bit because this is on one of the cards I picked out, and I quizzed him on it.
Yeah.
He did get it right. It took him a little bit, but he got it. Okay, so Mark and Ruby and Hercules, what is rule number 95?
I don't know. I'm not doing well today, guys.
No,
okay.
I purposely chose hard questions. Okay,
You did choose
Mark.
hard questions.
Yeah.
Mark, do you want to guess?
Mark hasn't seen any of the modern Disney movies, so he is of no help.
Hercules. Okay, Hercules
do
is
have
a
some
horrible
classics in
depiction
here.
of the mythology, but it's a great movie.
I'm just here for moral support, really.
Okay, Garrett and Nikki, do you know what rule number 95 is?
I don't.
No, always make sure that you have your sword when you go into battle. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember what,
Concentrate.
Oh yeah.
remember what rule 95 is, but I remember rule number 98 was aim. I'm pretty sure it was that
Thomas
one
corrected
on the
you
spot.
clearly. That's 96.
Oh, it's 96 is aim. Okay.
You happen to pick two Disney movies that we haven't seen them in a very long
It's been a
time.
while, yeah.
To be fair,
I recently read the Go
Hercules
the Distance book, but it was about Meg and not Hercules.
that was a good book.
It was really fun.
I liked it.
Those twisted Disney books are kind of fun, y'all. If you
I
haven't read them.
love most of them. The Rapunzel one was.
I didn't read that one. I read.
Oh, I remember.
I also read Almost There, the Tiana one recently. That one.
You're
Really?
taking another one.
I
All
didn't
right.
read them. I haven't
Back
read
to
them yet.
Nikki and
All
Garrett.
right,
now.
Garrett and Nikki. In Cinderella, how many birds woke
my
her up at the
gosh.
start?
I'm gonna say 4.
4.
I'm gonna say
That
4.
was no, that's not it. But that was Thomas's guess too.
That was my guess.
Okay, Mark and Ruby,
I was gonna say 3 or
I was thinking it was 3.
2.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Dang.
I was gonna
Did
say
Snow
two.
White have
She
4
jumped in.
birds help her with something? Because I also felt like it was 4.
See, I thought she had like 2 birds like tie like her sash or
Mhm.
something like that. Maybe
I think
don't
so.
know.
I think
I remember
so.
like the ones that are pulling on her pigtails.
Ooh, David's got one. Okay, Mark and Ruby, how long does Genie say he was stuck in a lamp before Aladdin released him?
is that for us? Or...
Yes.
10,000 years.
Yeah.
10,000 years. I'll give you
That's-
such a crick in the neck.
I was
There we go. We're on the board.
I remember
Oh,
that.
Lord.
Thanks, David.
Okay. That was the second question
know
for
what
each of you,
movie
right? You're doing a bad job counting.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Somebody type in who is Mickey Mouse's girlfriend?
I mean, if you want easier questions, I've got easier.
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Now we're going back. So Pinocchio. This is for Garrett and Nikki.
Mhm.
What book can be seen while Jiminy Cricket is singing "When You Wish Upon a Star"?
Kelly's going for the deep
You
dives.
really did make these difficult, didn't you?
Kelly's trying to kill us. I think is what it is.
Hmm.
Isn't round one supposed to be the easy round?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Not when
We
Kelly's
take
running
movies
it.
seriously here.
I'm just going to guess that they referenced back to the first because I was the second movie. So I'm just going to guess they referenced back to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
That is a good guess, but no. Mark and Ruby?
Grey's Anatomy? I don't know.
Alice in Wonderland.
You know
Really?
what?
I didn't know
I
that.
should have said that.
I did not know that.
I should have said that because I
Makes-
remember that they wanted to make Alice in Wonderland into a movie like way before they actually did in, what was it, 51?
1951.
51.
Yeah.
But it was very difficult to make that into a movie. So, you know.
Well, and wasn't that like one of his first shorts that he did?
Yeah. Well, yeah, there was that whole series of Alice,
Yeah.
that were referred to as the Alice comedies,
Yeah.
where it had the little girl playing Alice in live action. And
Yeah.
with, like everything around her was animated. Like for its
Oh,
time,
yeah.
nobody had ever done anything like that before. So
I've seen those. Yeah, those are good.
yeah,
We have all of this Disney knowledge, but we can't answer the questions on the
Yeah.
cards.
What's
I
this really
made them
like
too
on the
hard.
second
I-
reel
Maybe
in the
this
third
one is a
minute?
little
What's on the
easier.
table?
All right.
It's Mark and Ruby's
What's on the
turn,
table
right?
in this movie you haven't watched in 30 years?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Okay. Mark and Ruby. In Snow White, what color was the potion the apple was dipped into?
Green.
That is correct.
I mean, it better be.
Only
Yeah.
on Andrea and Ruby shirts.
All right. Garrett and
Oh,
Nikki, the
oh,
Lion King,
okay.
this is from David McDonald. The Lion King used real Swahili words for their character names. What does Mufasa mean? Mufasa.
I know this
what do you
one.
think Mufasa means?
Say it again. Say it again.
I mean, I know that Simba means lion.
Mhm.
I can't think of what Mufasa means. Do you want to say is it like leader or king or what? What do you think?
Leader?
Leader?
Crayle, I don't know this one, so
It does mean king, and I feel like since you said the word king also, you should still get it, even though your final answer is kind of
Oh, yeah.
weird.
Okay, yeah.
I'll allow it.
It means
Did
the
the
same
judges
thing,
say
right?
we'll allow it?
Yes.
All right, we are t-shirt cosplay up 2, Wonderland duo up 1.
All right.
Hey, everyone's on the board, so this is a good start.
That's right.
All right, let me see. So Inside Out. Let's see.
So
You
neither
want me to
So-
cry right now? Thanks.
Oh,
I'm
Wait,
right.
no, this is for Mark and Ruby.
Yeah, okay.
This is for Ruby.
No, okay. Let me shuffle a little. Okay, so Mark's seen more of the classic movies. I'll be kinder. We'll go back. We'll go to Snow White.
This-
1 second. Okay. What must the dwarves do before Snow White lets them sit down for supper?
Wash up.
yes.
Yes.
Good job. Good job.
All right.
You want me to inject my favorite Snow White fact? Oh, okay. There
Sure.
we go. 3 to
Yes,
1.
yes, I do.
So,
It's still anybody's game, though, guys. It's
Oh,
still
yeah.
anybody's
It
game.
really is.
so what the Disney animators that worked for Walt Disney at the time when they were making Snow White, the first movie, they said basically they were sold on doing the movie. When they came in for the presentation, Walt Disney apparently came in and acted out the entire movie in front of them, doing all the voices, like with this
wow.
huge like
Oh, my
gusto
gosh.
production, like a one-man
Wow.
show, doing all the voices and everything. And
Oh, wow.
they said that like they couldn't, like it was, they said they wish they could have like filmed that and showed that as a movie because it was so incredible. Like he just got so excited about it. So
Oh, I bet. Sounds
Yeah.
I
sounds
would
like something
kind of
you
give anything to hear him doing the Snow White voice of the 30s.
right, yeah.
Right? That warbly voice that she had.
Yeah.
or the voice of the evil hag.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I
The
always
things
felt
that are lost to history, y'all.
Right?
I always felt sorry for the Disney cast members that portrayed Snow White that had to try to do that voice because that voice
Ugh.
is so unnatural and
It's hard. It's
Yeah,
difficult.
they're-
So 1930s on spot for what
yeah.
what women sang like. It was so weird.
All right, so here's one for Garrett and Nikki again. So, in Beauty and the Beast, what happened to the snowball that the Beast had?
Let's see. Well,
I remember the
She threw
scene.
snowballs at him, and then he had a giant snowball.
And I think didn't he like make it into?
Did it fall back down on his head?
It plopped
It
like on
fell
his
down.
face or
It
something
fell
like
back
that,
down
yeah.
on his head.
It
Yep.
plopped, got off his
Yep.
face. Yeah.
Right. Wonderland Duo catching up. We are t-shirt cosplay 2 for Wonderland Duo now.
All right, let's see.
Speaking of which, I'm really excited. Really excited to get to watch the new Beauty and the Beast thing with her and
yeah.
Josh Groban.
Oh, I know.
I'm sure it was really good.
It
We
was
haven't
live
All you
seen
gotta
last
say
night.
is Josh Groban.
Plus now, so yeah.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is Josh Groban. I will marry that man's voice. Like his voice,
Yeah.
Not Josh himself, just his voice.
just
That's
his
fair.
voice. Like y'all,
Great.
I have been listening to so much Josh Groban Christmas music. It's ridiculous because I absolutely love his voice so much.
You know,
He's an excellent
and
singer. He is. Yeah.
did the second modern Muppets movie? What was it? The Muppets Most Wanted.
Yeah.
They made a joke about
Yeah.
that because he had a cameo in the movie, except you didn't, because he was one of the prisoners, and you just heard his voice, but
Right.
you didn't ever actually
Same.
see him. And then at the end, he comes out and it's Josh Groban. So
That voice. Good voice.
Let's do
I can ask one if the audience is warming up, looking up their stuff.
Yes.
In the newer Disney movie Luca, what is the name of the town that Luca and his best friend swim over to try to win a Vespa
And this is for t-shirt cosplay.
for t-shirt
I
cosplay?
have not watched that one yet.
What? It's so good. My nephew makes us watch it 7 times a day.
Oh my
Points and I can't remember the name of the town.
Yeah.
All right, Nikki and Garrett.
Wonderland, Try to Steal.
we had actually on our list that we actually made a word file of all the stuff we need to watch that we haven't had a chance to. And
That's one of them. We
the
haven't
only
seen
thing
it
I know
yet.
about
Yeah.
that movie is Silencio Bruno.
I should have asked about Bruno.
Yeah, in recent Disney movies, there are multiple occasions where we should not talk about Bruno, either in Luca or in Canto. So, I don't.
The town is called Porto Rosso.
Nice.
Okay.
So that's actually our 5 questions, if I'm counting right. So,
I lost count.
so let's take a little break.
All right.
Let's take a breather. You all did well. I just scaled up the questions a little too hard. I was looking for the hardest questions because I was like, Garrett, you had busted out some really obscure trivia
Yeah.
on your your Disney episodes. I was like,
Right.
oh, I gotta stump them. But each of these
You
cards,
did it.
has,
I
each of
can't
these
believe
cards
that
has
was.
5 questions, so I can adjust the.
I can't believe that was a year ago now. It's like more than a year ago.
No.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, our podcast has been going for over a year, and I'm so happy that you all have been a part of it, and also you, the viewers. It's been a fun year.
Yeah.
It's been a long
David didn't
year.
ask any Little Mermaid questions.
Yeah,
I've
how have I
enjoyed-
not?
I've enjoyed.
Oh, I
watching
didn't
you
get
all
to the Little Mermaid cards in the
grow.
deck. The deck was divided by movie, and these were all the cards with hard questions, and I just didn't get to them.
Well, you can put those aside now. We don't need any more hard questions for the night.
Well,
Well, like I said, each of these cards has
till you see
5
what we came
questions,
up
so I
with.
can look at them and answer an easier question. Like, I'm not going to ask you to name 2 of the flavors Alice detects in the Drink Me potion, though Garrett, you might actually know that one.
I'm trying to remember. Cherry tart is one, and I can't remember what the other ones are.
Well, you guys get a point for you answering even that one. So
Oh,
She's the
good.
moderator. She can get
it's
them out.
cherry tart, custard, pineapple, and roast turkey, which kind of sounds disgusting.
Yeah, I
That's either
just
disgusting or amazing, actually.
yeah, I just think of like the only reason that one stood out is because that's the first one that she says, and I can actually hear her voice like in the British accent saying cherry tart.
Cherry tart, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, as is customary with a Disney episode, I feel like we should go around and choose our favorite Disney movie,
Oh,
which is like
that's easy.
choosing a favorite child.
No, it's not.
Okay, Ruby,
I never have a favorite Disney movie. It's
what's
really
your favorite
difficult
Disney
to-
movie?
Snow White.
Of
I
course.
knew that one. If we were playing trivia about what Ruby likes, I would have gotten a point.
Very closely followed by Fantasia.
Oh,
I
the
do
original
that.
Fantasia is so
Yeah.
Which
Yes.
Fantasia, Ruby? The original
The
one? Or?
original.
That one's so good.
Not too
It was
bad.
underrated in its time.
Those are excellent
Yes,
choices. You
they
can't go
are.
wrong with the very first one, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
If you ever get a
Fantasia.
chance to watch the animation behind the scenes about the original Fantasia, like it is fascinating. The like groundbreaking stuff they were doing that we totally
Yeah.
take for granted now, where we're like, okay, they're panning through a row of trees. It's not a big deal. And then you see behind the scenes where it's like pane after pane after pane of glass.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
They
gorgeous.
use the multi-plane camera. They actually had a model. At one point there was like a kind of a museum exhibit at Disney's Hollywood Studios called One Man's Dream.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And it had like, his office and like different
Mhm,
things, but it
yeah.
had like a model of that multi-plane camera with all the
Mhm.
layers of glass on
Yeah.
it. And it's like, yeah, they were so ahead of their time, man.
I really like the current Hollywood studios, but I liked it much better when they were still a little bit of the studio part of it,
Yeah.
where you
Yeah.
could see some of the background stuff. Like the first time he went, I was like, "Oh, you're gonna enjoy this." There's like stuff related to making, movies.
Yeah.
And because I hadn't been in a while, and then we got there and it was all gone. I was like, "Okay,
Right.
not
That's
nearly
Well,
as fun."
I think the main thing was they didn't make anything there anymore.
Yeah,
Like
they stopped making
they
stuff
actually
there.
did make a lot of shows there, and
They
like
did.
they had an
Mhm.
animation studio there, but that was where Mulan was made. That was where Lilo and Stitch was made, and then that was
Yeah.
it. So
Oh, that's so
yeah, because I remember though in the old days, yeah, like you said, you would go on the animation tour, and there would actually be like animators in
People
the
in there
office
working and
on a
drawing,
movie that you saw through the windows
So
and everything.
So cool.
Speaking
So,
of
Mark,
Lilo
do you
and
have a
Stitch,
favorite Disney movie?
Well, for classic movies, it's Sleeping Beauty, and then for modern, it's Aladdin.
Nice.
Two very amazing movies.
And Garrett and Nikki, I know you two have answered this question before, but I need to ask again.
For me, it's Beauty and the Beast,
Mm.
followed very closely by The Hunchback of Notre Dame, followed very closely by Wreck-It Ralph. So Wreck-It Ralph is actually in my top 5.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Alice in Wonderland is in there, but it's not my favorite.
That's fair. What
But
about
yeah,
you,
Beauty
Nikki?
and the Beast, definitely.
I would say for me, like one of the more classic ones, I would say the Aristocats.
Oh,
love
Love the Aristocats. Even that's one that we
Yeah.
don't really see a whole
there's
lot
Marie.
of.
She
Yeah,
got Marie.
I love that. That's Marie. I have a scarf and like the purse with Marie on. She's awesome. I just love the music in the
Uh-huh.
Aristocats.
It's
But
so
then the more modern, I would say Princess and the Frog and Frozen, the Frozen movie. So
You are Tiana, so
You like
Right.
Princess and the Frog? I never would have guessed.
I have lived her story for sure.
the
Oh,
inside
yeah.
of my cup,
Oh, yeah.
on the rim of it says, "Because I'm a lady." That's why.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love Marie. She's awesome.
who
She's
didn't
great.
love Marie's feisty little
Yes,
attitude?
she's
Hello,
so
baby.
cute. I just love her. She's great. Yeah.
All right, Andrea, what's yours?
Definitely classic is Sleeping Beauty. I mean, Aurora is my favorite Disney princess. And I recently found out Don Bluth was an animator on that before he started his own studio,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
having Anastasia be one of my other favorite princesses of
Yeah.
any kind.
Huh.
And he's going to be at MomoCon in April or May, and I am going as Anastasia if it kills me.
I was going to say, I hope you get to meet him
Yes.
But
because he's a legend.
more
Mhm.
in the more modern, I definitely was a huge Beauty and the Beast fan because I related to Belle so much, but
Mhm.
also Mulan because, I mean, Mulan, she
Yeah,
saved all of
yeah.
China and she's Ming Na Wen. I mean,
Yeah,
but I'm also with Garrett on The Hunchback of Notre Dame. That is so underrated
it is.
and way more enjoyable than the book. Way more
Yeah.
enjoyable.
And the
Terrible.
music was just
Terrifying.
amazing.
And
I
the
love-
musical,
Yeah.
the Broadway, like French equivalent of Broadway musical,
Yeah.
Mhm.
beautiful, still terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I read The Hunchback of Notre Dame a couple years ago because I was like, I've always wanted to. I've thought about reading it. I absolutely hate Esmeralda in that book. Love her in the movie. She's
Yeah.
fantastic in the movie.
I
She's
hate
a whiny
everyone
brat.
except Quasimodo in the book, honestly. If you want to
And
like,
he's even annoying in the book.
especially if you want to like Phoebus, don't
Don't ever read the book.
Yeah.
Don't let it kill like Kevin Kline did.
Yeah.
All right, so Crayle, what about you?
My favorite classics, I'm being terrible and having 4. So my favorite classics are tied between The Sword and the Stone and The Little Mermaid.
Yes.
In the Sword and the Stone, like just had like you don't expect slapstick humor to be as funny and like animated as it is in live action, but there's this scene where Merlin gets his beard stuck in a door, yanks it out. He's very angry and it just poofs into a giant dandelion on his head.
And it's
He's
Arthurian
in a
legend
rage
with
and suddenly he has a dandelion
slapstick.
on his head. Very slapstick.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So, and I mean, The Little Mermaid, I think that was just some of my favorite songs to sing when I was a kid until
definitely.
Mulan came out. So, and then out of my favorite moderns, it's tied between Lilo and Stitch and Frozen 2. And both of them, it's like you can tell that I was an adult when I saw, or I wasn't an adult when I saw Lilo and Stitch, but you can tell I've applied like my adult self to both of those movies because they're my favorites because they make me cry. The first one's like, oh, they're
Lilo and Stitch was another.
funny.
Lilo and Stitch was another that was so underrated when it came out, but now it's the whole cult classic type thing with it.
And they come
Everybody
to
loves
Memphis
Stitch
again.
now.
They come to Memphis at the end. They go to Graceland, yeah.
Because the last shot of the movie is a still shot of them in front of the
Yes.
Graceland fence. Yeah.
So cute.
We love Frozen 2 also. I love the first
Frozen 2 was
but
great.
I
love
think
the
Frozen
second
2
one.
is way
The
better.
music was
actually.
just so powerful. It's like, yes.
Yeah, but
Frozen 2 made more sense. They weren't just running around screaming the word treason every 32 seconds.
Right.
I liked the music in the first one, but the
And-
plot in the second one was so much better.
and like you said about crying, like Anna's song in that movie
Oh.
broke me.
Tore me. Ooh, that tore me.
Yeah.
I was like, no, Anna,
The
no.
Forest song, like the boy band song in the forest, though, might be
Oh,
like
yeah. Lost in the
greatest
Woods. I was like, yes.
thing
Can I tell-
ever I've seen in animation. Me and Crayle watched it together, and
Yeah.
we just started laughing.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah, we did.
Lost
yeah.
in the
Like
Woods.
Spin,
Yeah.
and Spin was
Also,
doing a little 2-step. I was like, yeah.
Ruby and I went to see that on a night that it was supposed to
Loved it.
snowstorm appropriately. So we
Yeah.
had the theater all to ourselves.
That's cool.
Aw.
Have you seen
Lost in the Woods.
Have you seen the Weezer version of the video?
Oh, yeah. That's good.
And I like the Panic at the Disco version of Into the Unknown
Yes.
too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. Oh,
I haven't heard that. I need to.
Disco?
Yeah.
that's cool.
It's on YouTube. You can look it up.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
for me, it's Sleeping Beauty for classic. I wouldn't necessarily consider Little Mermaid classic. I would consider it.
Modern.
It's in the weird middle ground.
Yeah. Well, so
It can't
there's
be
cla-
modern. It came out when I was 5 years old.
It's not modern.
Not
It's
that old, Crayle.
the Renaissance,
Still.
the Disney Renaissance.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's the first movie
So
of
the
the
Little
Disney
Mermaid is my
Renaissance
favorite
period.
Disney
Yeah.
Renaissance, even though Aladdin's and Beauty and the Beast are pretty.
They're all up there.
Yeah.
And then Tangled is my favorite modern.
Oh, I love Tangled.
That one is
I
like, really high up there for me in the modern ones. And Brave also.
Brave's amazing.
Like, since Mulan, there hadn't been another princess who had a weapon in so long, and Mulan wasn't really a princess. And now I'm like, we've got a frying pan and a bow and arrow. I just, yes,
Yeah.
self-defense
and a bunch of sass.
Yeah.
They've got weapons and sass on their side.
Yes, exactly. Oh, yeah.
So for my two Sleeping Beauty fans, what color dress for Aurora?
Make it blue. Always blue.
I like
Well,
blue just
when I
because it's
was
my favorite
a-
color.
Make it blue.
Red and this pink,
Either or both.
Yeah.
but now
My costume is actually reversible,
Yeah.
but I
Mhm.
wear the blue
Yeah.
more because the pink washes me out. And she wore the blue way more in that movie than she did the pink.
she did.
Mhm.
What about you, Ruby?
Scene, she's in the blue. When she gets the kiss from the prince to wake her up, she's in the blue dress.
Blue.
Yeah, they only
But the
put her
parts
in the
always in the
pink for
pink, isn't she?
marketing to distinguish her from Cinderella, whose dress
Yeah.
is not really blue.
Nothing.
And they only made
Silver,
Cinderella's
silvery, yeah.
Cinderella's was made blue for the re-release marketing so that people didn't confuse it with a wedding dress. It's,
Right.
but it's silver in the movie.
Silver, right?
Right,
Mhm.
which is also why Aurora in the parks is pink and not blue, so kids don't get them mixed up.
Yeah.
And then that's also the reason why Ariel wears this green dress
Kind
in
of
the parks
sea-
that
kind
does
of
like a
sea
seafoam
green,
green that
yeah.
doesn't look
It has
anything
nothing to do
like
with the movies.
anything she ever
Right.
wore. Yeah.
So to be
Exactly,
fair,
yeah.
I don't get why she wore pink in the movie when her tail is green and her seashells are purple. Why didn't she wear
I mean,
purple?
The dress she wore at the end of the
Yeah, I
movie,
like purple.
was the
We did get that sparkly, purplish, silvery. Disney likes giving us colors that are silver with something, and you're like not quite sure what to call it.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's the Disney silver, is what we're gonna just.
That's
Yeah.
true.
My
there you go.
headcanon for
there you
why
go.
she wears a pink puffy dress that doesn't seem to suit her very well is that she showed up unexpectedly and they didn't have time to make something for her.
That's
So
true.
it's a little awkward.
Could be. It could be.
That-
Makes sense.
That's true.
That makes sense.
And
That's
on that
fine.
note, it's time for round 2. But
was-
first, Mark and Ruby get
Okay, here we go.
they get a chance for a bonus point with
All right.
David's question because I gave Garrett and Nikki a chance for a bonus point. So, true or false, Mark and Ruby, the story of Moana is based on real Polynesian history.
I
So
believe
he
it
said
is.
history and not mythology. And Crayle, I hope you know the answer to
I
this.
know.
Okay.
Is it true?
Is that your answer? Or
I
are you
think
asking
so,
me to just
yes.
Yeah,
No,
answer
I
in the form of
believe
a question.
because
She's like hint, hint.
my problem is I'm gonna go with true, and then I may be right because it might be mythology, but I know that it is like
I know exactly what he's asking.
Polynesian stories.
Okay, so it's based on a true part of Polynesian history. There is a lot of mythology in it. What happened is Polynesian cultures and subcultures had a massive age of exploration, and then for reasons that we don't know that are incredibly steeped in mythology in the history that we have, exploration stopped for a time.
Right.
Like throughout all of these subcultures, some of whom didn't have contact with each other. Actually, one of the reasons they didn't have contact with each other was because exploration just kind of came to a very mysterious halt, and then it started again almost as spontaneously as it stopped. So it's kind of true in both senses. It's based on mythology that is represented, and it's based on the historical fact that there were time periods where you had part of the people being like, why don't we go out there in the boats? We've got boats. We don't know why.
Yeah.
I
So-
loved watching the making of
So Mark and
Moana
Ruby get the
on
point
DVDs.
because they're correct.
Right, Wonderland 203, T-shirt cosplay 4.
All right.
Ooh.
Close game.
Well, then Wonderland Duo, you get to decide if you want to go first this round in answering the question, or if you want Mark and Ruby to go first.
I think we can start by asking because
All right.
Nikki came up with these questions, so, or at least the first couple. So here we go. Okay,
All
go
right,
ahead and
ready?
do yours. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so why don't you ask your first question, and then Mark and Ruby will take a turn asking a question, and we'll go.
Back and
like
forth.
Okay. Okay, it works. Okay, everybody ready?
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
well, let me just specify. Each question is worth 5 points this round.
All right.
And
Wow.
obviously, if they get it wrong, you don't get to answer it for double.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Oh,
that makes sense.
All
Okay.
right, go for it.
Okay. All right. What is the name of the band that Lewis plays with in Tiana's restaurant at the end of The Princess and the Frog?
Oh, I'm going to be in so much trouble because I don't remember this. And my best friend's daughter is going to call me out on that if she finds out that I said that.
And Mark has no help.
He has no help
I've seen it
whatsoever.
once.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's such a
If I-
fantastic. It was such great music.
If I could call a friend, I'd be set.
Oh,
I know a 13-year-old who could tell me the exact band and
Yeah.
probably the song.
Do any of our hosts have a guess?
Oh, I do not know this one.
No.
I know it's on the tip of my tongue, but I don't want to say it wrong because I know I'm going to say it wrong right now if I do.
This is one of my favorite facts about the movie. So I was so glad she came up with it. What is it?
Didn't they have it written on the drum?
They
I
did.
have it on the
Yes.
drum.
uh-huh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
cannot
Yeah.
remember what it is.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Written, it's called Firefly 5 plus Lou.
Yeah,
I'm
Firefly
thinking
5.
just a Firefly 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
There
And
we
what
go.
that actually is, and this is why I like it so much, is because it is actually a reference to a real band,
A New Orleans jazz
that
band.
New Orleans jazz
New
band that
Orleans.
existed back in the 50s and 60s that was made up of Disney like animators and Imagineers called
Yeah,
the
right.
Firehouse 5+2, and they played at They played, New
At
Orleans
Disneyland,
jazz
uh-huh.
at
At
Disneyland,
Disneyland,
and they
yeah.
actually released some records, and they were all and that was their fun job, and then they worked for Disney
Yeah.
as their day job. So that was kind of a little inside tribute
Like
to
a history
to them.
piece,
So
to the
yeah.
movie.
I love that.
That's
Yeah.
so cute.
Can
All right,
I
Mark
confess
and Ruby.
something?
Shoot with your first question.
What is the name of the wizard in Fantasia?
We know this one.
Yensid.
Yensid, huh?
Yensid, huh?
Yeah, right.
5 points.
Woo!
I didn't know he had a name.
Which it's
I didn't
Disney.
either. I
It's
thought it was
Disney
just
spelled
whispered.
backwards.
Mhm, right, right. It's Disney spelled backwards, exactly.
There we go. Good job.
Yeah.
Something new every day.
Mhm.
All
All
right.
right.
All right. What object is seen in all Pixar films except for The Incredibles?
Crayle, I know. Crayle, you can't
Oh.
answer it.
You're the
After we
scorekeeper.
say, is it the light at the beginning? The jump bouncing light?
I think it's the ball.
The ball?
Is it the ball?
It's not the ball, and it's not the light either.
Okay.
I was wrong then.
Okay. It's
I would've been
it's the
excitedly
Pizza
wrong.
Planet. It's the Pizza Planet delivery truck.
Ah, that makes sense.
Pizza
Yeah.
Planet delivery truck
With
is
the
in
yo on
every
the back, which
with
says
the yo on
in
the back
on the
because all
truck,
the Toyota's worn out. They even managed to fit it in Brave, in the scene where
It was in
uh,
Brave?
yes, in the scene
Oh my
where
gosh, I don't remember
she
that.
goes to the witch or whoever she was to
Mhm.
do the spell.
Oh,
She has all
okay,
these
yeah.
like wood
Mhm.
carvings in her hut, and one of them is a wood carving of the Pizza Planet
Mm.
truck because that was the only way they
I
could
didn't
actually
know
get it to
that.
fit in with the time period.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
T-shirt we did for
I now have a headcanon
Yeah.
that she's professional rivals with Merlin. They've both been time traveling.
Right. Right.
Yes.
She's the only one that can outdo him because Madame Mim got beat, so now she's got to come in and fight Merlin. Is that it? All right.
Mhm.
I like it. Well, there's a headcanon that the witch in Brave is actually Boo from Monsters Inc., who's been like traveling through time and space.
Yeah.
Because of her she went through like the wrong door and then she
Oh, okay, yeah, because
if you Google it, it's really
I never
involved
heard
and it's
that.
really interesting.
There's a lot of fan theories that are insane, but some make sense.
yeah.
The amount of thought that's put into them is fabulous. I'm
Yeah.
all for it.
Yeah, that is cool.
I like the fan theory that the wreck of Anna and Elsa's parents in Frozen was the Little Mermaid wreck until Frozen 2 came out and completely destroyed the fan theory.
Mhm,
Yeah. And that their parents were
Parents.
that they were
Yeah.
Tarzan's parents.
That's what
on
It
the
kind
island.
of the director kind of confirmed that, I thought.
Well, I know for sure that like supposedly Rapunzel and Anna and Elsa
They
are
were cousins.
related
They were cousins or
somehow
something like that. Yeah.
because because Rapunzel and Flynn or Eugene are in
There's a little
are in
short
Frozen.
snippet of them.
they're both in Frozen.
First Frozen, like coming
Yeah.
in a little
During the
crowd.
coronation.
If you watch
The
the first
short-haired version of Rapunzel.
Yeah, if you watch the first time forever when they're like open the gates and everybody starts coming in, you see Rapunzel and
with the
Eugene
short
right
hair,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which I
Little
love.
Easter egg people threw in.
Yeah. That's always been one of my favorite
And then
things.
there's a shot of Belle in
Hunchback of Notre
Hunchback,
Dame.
yeah.
She's in Hunchback
Town
of
of Notre Dame. She's walking through. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, that's Belle.
Yeah. The
Maybe see
Disney
the little
and
blue
Pixar
dress.
Easter eggs are like one of my favorite things about those movies.
Yeah.
The tower of figurines that the Sultan is building in the Aladdin animated film has
Yes.
so many Easter eggs in it. And it's funny because it starts out panning it slow, but then the camera goes faster up the thing. And you're like, hold on, I was still looking at
Right.
that.
Oh, yeah. That put it in slow motion, go real slow. It's like, oh.
All right, next question.
What is the color of Dopey's hat?
Ooh.
Dopey's hat.
Is it green? Or is his robe green?
Is it red?
Or purple? I'm seeing purple and my hood fell. I'm thinking gosh, it's either purple or green.
You have to pick one.
Mine.
Purple.
Okay, pick
Purple.
one.
You're right. It's purple. His shirt is green.
Number 5 for Wonderland duo. Let me
Was his
count real
robe
quick.
green then?
His
Yeah.
robe was
Yes.
His robe
green.
was green.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I was walking through the house looking at my pops today is where I came up with my questions
Oh, yeah.
because I
Nice.
worked late and I was like, quick questions. All right, what pops do I have and what can I ask about?
And Dopey is her favorite dwarf.
Right.
Aw,
Everybody loves
Duo is
Dopey.
cute.
Matter of fact, I insulted all of the other dwarfs when I got to meet them at Disney by letting them know that Dopey is my favorite. So I've got the first picture of all the dwarfs like looking at me, and then after I told them Dopey was my favorite, all of them have turned away from me except for Dopey, who's like
Oh,
staring at me.
All righty. We are 13-4.
Okay.
Wonderland duo in the lead.
All right. We'll pick this one. This one's more difficult, so we'll pick the easier one, hopefully. What voice actor appears in Pixar's first 22 movies?
What voice actor appears in?
Yeah. He has at least one line and sometimes a larger part in every single one of Pixar's first 22 movies. Andrew
Yes,
knows.
he knows.
Easy one. I hate to see the
I'm pretty sure I know this one. Do I get a point if I get it right?
Yes.
Everybody knows his name.
That doesn't help me.
Norm. Sorry.
I'm sure it's not Norm.
No, it's not. He said everybody knows his name, so I'm like, Norm.
It's a hint, but it's not Norm. Nor is it George Wendt who played
Yeah.
Norm.
I don't know. The only other person I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, how about what Cheers actor was also in the first 22 Pixar movies?
Well, there's only Now, appreciate the hints, but
Well, what your all I can think of now is Woody Harrelson, and I know it's not
yeah, Woody
No,
Harrelson,
it's not
Kid
Woody
Danson.
Harrelson.
I can't remember who played Cliff, and the guy that played Coach is dead, so there you go.
Well, Andrea, you don't get any points, but do you want to answer it for the audience?
Isn't it John Ratzenberger?
Yes,
Yes.
it is the guy that played Cliff, actually.
Yeah.
It's John Ratzenberger, yeah.
well, just why
I had a
you gotta
TV
leave it
show
Norm.
that my brothers were into. It was like some History Channel or something TV show.
What?
And he always has at least one line. He's like the School of Fish and Finding Nemo and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, he was Ham in Toy Story. He was
Yeah.
the School of Fish and Finding Nemo. He was the flea in A Bug's Life.
Mm.
He was like the underminer, the villain at the very end of The Incredibles. He was like one of the guards in Moana. I think the first movie that he did not do a voice in was Soul for some reason. So they just kind of stopped.
That's
So,
kind of odd.
but yeah, he had a voice in all the first. They called him the Lucky Charm because
He was in every one.
they added him. They added him in every movie. So
Nice.
yep,
Yep.
I was trying to help y'all.
It's okay.
Thank you for the
This is
help.
all in the spirit of fun.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And like I said, part of mine is the fact that I don't do names well and now have the migraine hangover. So
Oh
It's
yeah.
okay.
Oh, no.
not been a good thing.
Yeah.
You are fighting an uphill battle.
And
See, I-
she should have had a much better partner.
Listen, it's all in fun and friendship. That's what this is all
Oh,
about.
yeah.
Oh,
See, I think.
Yes.
See, I like John Ratzenberger in particular because of the Cheers episode where he was on Jeopardy. Because this is one of the reasons why I love doing this because I'm a huge Jeopardy fan. And did you remember the Cheers episode when he was on Jeopardy? So he was on
I
Jeopardy with
watched
Alex
the show.
Trebek. And he was like had this huge lead, like the board was like about like mailmen and like bars and like stuff like that he would know. And at the end of the game, he had a huge lead, but then he bet too much on the final Jeopardy and ended up losing, even though there was no way he could have been caught. And his answer to the question was like 2 or 3 people that have never been in my kitchen or something like that. But what he did, wagering too much, has become among Jeopardy fans called pulling a Cliff Clavin,
Oh, okay, yeah.
because very rarely somebody will do that. They'll be untouchable in Final Jeopardy
And ahead, way ahead.
because they have more
everybody,
than
yeah.
double the second place score, and then they'll do something dumb and
Yeah.
wager too much and lose. So anyway,
Yeah.
Jeopardy trivia.
I was like, I love trivia. I think it's fun.
Oh yeah.
It is.
I mean, we'll sit here some nights and we've got like a bunch of trivia books and trivia games. Like we don't even like play the trivia games. We just bust them open and read the questions out of them. So
It sounds like my brothers with Star Wars trivia.
yeah.
Mhm.
All right, Mark and Ruby, do you want to ask your final question for round 2?
What concert did Max want to go to in the Goofy movie?
I
Do you
know
the
I should
answer?
know this one.
I know the answer to this one. I just want to know if you would know it.
I don't remember.
It's Powerline, huh?
Yes.
I remember he.
I'm like, I know so many people
that
that love that movie, and my brain just went.
Yeah. There's been recently, there was like a viral video of some guy that was like cosplaying as the guy from Powerline doing like the dance to the song and everything like
Yes,
that.
I
So
remember
yeah.
that.
What brought it up is I was looking at my Instagram earlier, and someone was making some Mickey ears that are Powerline themed Mickey ears.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
wow.
cool.
That's cool.
We,
I was like, this would work as a question. All right, adding that to my list.
I've only
One of-
watched, I think, I've watched it maybe once or twice. It was one that I enjoyed, but I don't think I've watched it very much.
one of I was gonna say one of the first Disney guests that we ever met at a con was the guy that voiced Max.
We sure
Jason-
did. Yeah,
Jason,
Nashville. Wasn't it Nashville?
what was his
Yeah.
name? Jason
Yeah.
Mars.
Mhm.
Marsden. Yeah, Jason Marsden. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we were in Nashville.
Yeah,
wasn't
we were in Nashville at a
Mhm.
con.
I
We met
remember
him
that.
there.
Yeah, it was neat.
Oh,
It was really neat.
Thinking of that was a couple of weeks ago. There's out there floating pictures of Nikki dressed as Dolores with Adasa from Encanto, while she's also dressed as Dolores.
Oh my gosh.
She was awesome.
That
oh my
was-
gosh,
she
she
was-
was so much.
she was
fun.
like the
I really
nicest
loved her. She was sweet.
Guest and
She really
and
was.
she like her panel. It was funny because like Joe who runs that con had like chairs set out because he was going
Right.
to moderate, and she was like, "No, I don't need those. I'm just going to walk
I'm just
around."
gonna walk around.
So
and
she
talk to
walked
people.
around the
Yeah, she
entire
did.
time
Yeah,
and
she
took
sure did.
questions from everybody and
Sang
kids
the
and
songs.
everything, and then we ended up singing along
We
at
don't
the
talk
end
about
of
Bruno.
it. So
Yeah. We saying we don't talk about Bruno.
it's like, how cool is this? Where we
It
get to
was
sing,
great.
we
She
don't
was
talk about
awesome.
Bruno with
Dolores,
the
yeah.
actual Dolores.
She was
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
She really
Like,
was. Yeah.
my friend's art booth was right diagonally across from where
Yeah.
they had her doing her signings.
Mhm. Yeah, she was
And
awesome.
Kay said the whole weekend they kept seeing little kids running up to her and like
Mhm.
speaking in Spanish.
Yes.
So she would like engage them, and they're like, that was the coolest thing, seeing these little kids get to be so excited to meet Dolores, and they didn't have to go all the way to Disney World to do it. They're so excited to
Yeah.
meet this character from a Disney movie that they loved, and she looked so just genuinely happy to be there the whole time.
She sure was. Yes, she was. She was just having a wonderful time. And there was
She
all the
was,
Nick
she was so
American
tiny in
people.
person. She's little.
Yeah.
She is. She
Yeah,
is.
what was funny is she was like, yeah, I'm about to go get on a plane and fly to California to go to the AMAs. And then the
And
next
they
night
showed
we
her in
watched
the
the
audience on
AMAs and we
television.
saw
We
her in
saw
the
her.
audience. So
We
it was
saw
like,
her.
Yeah.
It was like, yes. Like, we saw her.
I saw they're doing the big Encanto like performance thing on Disney Plus coming really soon.
right.
Mhm.
That was
And-
actually recorded the weekend before that con.
Yeah.
But it's gonna show on Disney Plus. Yeah.
When is it?
I can't wait.
It's like right after
The
Christmas.
28th.
I
Oh,
think.
cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it said the 28th because I follow Stephanie Beatriz because I love her in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and then her.
Oh,
dating
yeah.
Belle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. She's hysterical.
I did
Brooklyn
not
Nine-Nine
even
is so
know. I did not even know that was Stephanie Beatriz as the voice of Mirabelle
Mhm.
until after I saw the movie, because
I
I,
didn't even-
would have never
I had no
connected
idea.
her Mirabelle with her character from
Totally
Brooklyn
different
Nine-Nine.
characters, like night and day. Yeah.
Yeah,
Night
no,
and
she
day,
does
yeah.
voices. She does a lot of voice acting because she does voices for the show Bob's Burgers too. She does like a
Oh,
fourth
okay.
grader. She does a fourth grader that you would have never guessed it's her because she does this whiny, high pitched voice. Everybody's used to her being Rosa, where she's really dead
Yeah.
serious like this all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's hilarious. I love
That
it.
is funny. That is funny.
All right, are you all ready for round 3?
I think so.
Sure.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay, I have 3 questions for round 3.
Mhm.
And this is a free for all. So I'm going to ask the question, and whoever shouts out the answer first, your team gets 10 points.
Okay.
And if no one knows the answer, I will just move on to the next question. And, you know, I'll pick other questions until we get 3 questions that someone's gotten an answer to.
Not us. Kelly doesn't get to. She has the answers in front of her. That's cheating.
Okay, so for Cinderella, what is Gus the Mouse's full name?
It's Gus Gus.
I don't think it's Gus Gus.
They call him that, but I don't think that's his name.
I'm gonna explode because I know
Gustavo.
Gustav.
I don't
That
know.
is not it. Mark and Ruby, do you want to take a stab at it?
I'm gonna say Augustus, just because it's the only thing I could think of. I'm also trying to like picture him in my head right now.
I know it's Gus Gus.
It's Octavius. I don't know how.
she said
I don't know
Octavius,
Gus
but
is
for
short
short,
for
we'll call you
Octavius,
Gus.
but it
Where
is.
did the G come from?
I know,
Yeah.
but I literally she said
Nobody
when
knows.
she's dressing him, she says
Yeah.
Octavius, but for short, we'll call you Gus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched Cinderella a whole lot growing up, y'all.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
Mhm.
Yep.
Uh,
All right. This one might be another stumper. We'll see. For the Lion King, in the Lion King, who is the first character to speak in the movie?
Oh, it's Rafiki.
Rafiki, yeah.
No.
It's not Rafiki.
Nope. Mark and Ruby, you want to take a stab at it?
Was it Scar?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, yes.
Because he's grumbling about his like stupid nephew's birth. Or
That's right, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm thinking about like introducing like Simba.
Good-
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even thought. See,
I
I
would've thought-
either
I was
I
thinking
either
of
thought it
Sarabi
was
saying
him.
that his son is awake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
righty. So, Andrea, can you tally that up real quick while I look for another question to add?
14
hold on.
to 18.
I think Craylee's got it.
Yeah, 14 to 18. it
No,
looks
can
like.
you read off the board while I
Oh.
look for it?
I think it's very tiny.
it's 14 to 18, yeah.
14 to 18.
Thank you.
Y'all ain't worn my glasses in a while. I need to go get new ones.
All right. Next one, we have Alice in Wonderland. And this is a slightly easier one. What is the name of Alice's cat?
Dinah.
Dinah.
Kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
That all came out like right at the same time.
Right.
Yes. All right. Last one.
I keep
For
looking.
Inside Out,
Mhm.
what is the name of Riley's Minnesota hockey team?
The Badgers. No. Do you know? No.
Mm-mm.
I don't remember.
Mark and Ruby, you have a guess?
No, because I've seen Inside Out once.
Same. I cried too much. I couldn't watch it again.
Oh,
I know that movie.
Yeah, that movie
Ugh.
did get you all the feels.
I mean, it was fantastic, but I
Yeah.
can't watch it.
Yeah.
That movie, yeah.
Just like my nephew one time brought me The Fox and the Hound when he was little. He's like, "Can we watch this?" I'm like, "Go pick out another one," and I hit it. I'm not watching Fox and the Hound.
Oh,
Fox and the
yeah.
Hound breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Okay, let me pick out one more. Monsters,
Crayle was asking,
Inc.
who are we counting for the Dino one? Because they all yelled it at the same time.
Oh, I think Garrett and Nikki got it.
Yeah, I think they were first.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I heard everybody say Dino at once.
Okay.
Okay.
Monsters Inc. What does Mike claim that the upcoming company play is called?
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. So help me.
Yes.
So help me.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
We could do the dance with it too.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
So that makes Garrett and Nikki are winners. Mark and Ruby are second place. They made a really good showing.
They did.
Good job,
Yes, they
y'all.
did.
It was fun.
This was really
It
fun.
was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Thank you for doing our first trivia night. This was a
Oh, no.
blast.
This was thank you all for putting
And
it
the
together
trivia
and
we were
coming up
given
with
in
this
between
idea.
the trivia was even better.
Yes.
Yes, it was fun.
The in between trivia.
Yeah, it was fun.
So I know Crayle's not feeling too well, but do the rest of us want to do a cosplay catwalk? Crayle, you are welcome to sit.
This is all I got.
Do you have your socks?
Again.
Yes,
We can turn.
I don't have them on, but I've got them.
But she
We'll
has
put Mark's back
big,
on.
big fluffy socks.
So cute.
I need to put my hood back on.
Oh, Mark, your head is awesome.
They go with my.
Oh yeah, it lights up. That's awesome.
Mine
They
doesn't light
blew
up.
up my
Sorry.
entire shirt because this shirt is super cute.
Yes.
That's
Like,
cute.
we're all just like,
I
oh,
love
just show
that.
off.
That is so cute.
Oh, yeah,
That's
there you go.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
going to wear this
leggings.
all the time now.
There
Yeah,
we go.
there you
That's
go.
awesome. Break it down.
I wanna live in this as Snow White from now on. That dress that I put on, I love it, but good lord. Both my Snow White costumes are they're velvet and heavy.
Yeah.
I kind of digging this tank top and leggings thing.
Oh, and I was about to say, and me and Andrea actually are matching. I've
Hey,
got,
we're twins.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Twinsies.
That's cool.
I almost couldn't find my pants, and I about put on my yellow skirt for when I do my modern snow. But then I
That
found my
would
pants.
be. The
That's
skirt
one of
would
my
be very
Tiana ones. I've got the
appropriate for her.
Tiana shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got
Oh.
the casual Tiana
Uh-huh.
from Wreck-It Ralph too. Also,
The
that
green-
the
the
green
little
one that says
leggings,
Noah on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
so
like,
she's
I
got
wanted-
that one too.
I was like, if I didn't do this, I was gonna do Aurora, but I was gonna make it blue because
Mm-hmm.
make it blue.
There.
Y'all have seen my punk Aurora before. The new part is the makeup, because I was like the sleep in the makeup thing. And if you're new to the episode, this is a Dream Theater t-shirt, which is a metal band. And I figured if she sleeps a lot, but she's a punk,
Yeah,
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
very much works for it.
And I showed off the pants earlier. Half of it is splattered pink, half of it is splattered blue. Because
Yeah,
my
that's
favorite
cool.
version of the dress is
That's
the one they try to make without magic first. And then my second
Oh man,
the magic.
The one that's bows and stuff going in all different
The-
directions and everything.
the hot mess dress. My friend Lori, who's
blue. I like the weird bow one. The best.
Yeah.
yeah, we've shown that on one of the Disney episodes, or it might have been when Scissor Wizard Cause was on. She's made that. She calls it the hot mess dress, and she's Merryweather, so she still has the weird little like hat on with the really funky dress, and I love it. They were not good seamstresses. Good thing they could use magic, because Aurora would not have been a pretty princess in that
Who made the
pin.
dress Aurora wore to go berry picking? Like,
Yeah.
weren't they alone
Probably
out there for
Aurora.
15 years? Probably Aurora. So she taught herself to sew as a small child.
She had nothing better
How
to
did
do.
they
All she got
make
to do
it
was go pick
16
berries.
years?
That's
How did
what
they
I
make it
wanna
16
know.
years?
Yeah. How did she live?
They couldn't cook. I don't. What did they eat?
She literally had to raise herself. The animals raised her. The fairies just thought they did it.
This is why in Maleficent was like, "Oh dang, I did a bad thing," because she saw how
She's like-
bad these fairies were at taking care of
Yeah.
a child.
She's like, oh my god, she's gonna die before my curse hits her if they don't take care of this child. Like, there were things I liked about Maleficent and things I didn't, but at the same time, I was like, that's kind of funny. Because
Yeah.
Maleficent was literally like, this child who I have cursed is literally going to die in these woods. Because I'm kind of over the whole trying to make the villain into the misunderstood hero
I'm so
character.
over that.
I liked Maleficent being mad that she wasn't invited to the christening. Like, she was angry that she was shunned.
She told it like it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the original fairy tale, she was not invited because they didn't have an extra place setting for her at the dinner.
Mm.
So she literally did not get invited because they didn't have a plate for the woman to eat off of. Petty?
Mm-mm.
That revenge was extremely petty, and I am here for petty revenge.
So if they would have
And-
just made the table like 6 feet longer, then
And
the
had
story
a-
wouldn't
and
have
had a
actually
plate for her.
happened.
Yeah.
Right. And a plate.
They could have
Give
gave
the
her a
lady a
paper
plate.
plate. I mean, come on now. They
Right.
could have gave her a paper plate. Take
They
out
could have had
trash.
dinner. They could have had dinner in sessions, like we eat with these people, then we eat with these people. No.
There you
They
go.
just
can't
Yeah,
come.
there you go. That's a good idea. Yeah.
So
just
what
can't
you're
come,
really
so-
Give
saying,
her some paper plates. I'm like,
so what
look.
you're really saying is that the story is really about the failed party planner, like whoever their party planner was.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
just
really
messed
imagine
up,
Bill
so-
and watch.
That is
So the kid the baby
epically
gets-
messed up in party
Yeah.
planning terms.
Yeah,
So-
You got
so
the
the
whole family
baby-
cursed.
that
the
needs to be
baby
like
gets
a
cursed
that needs to be a
because-
movie or something, like about the party planner and the party planner's failure to plan enough seats for Maleficent.
So yeah. So
Mark
see,
says they
Maleficent.
Mark says they could have put her at the kids' table.
Oh,
I mean,
feel
instead
like
of
she would have
not
cursed
inviting her.
Aurora worse.
And how they decided she wasn't the one to get invited? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
How they
Aurora's
decided
like
she
the-
was the one not
Fine.
to
I think
go.
her parents would have gotten in trouble at the kids' table. And all the other
Yeah.
kids. Prince Philip may not have survived that meal.
Right.
I just love it. Like she doesn't get invited by the parents, so she curses the newborn, who had nothing to do with it. Poor little baby just over there taking her nap, and she's getting cursed.
AF.
Whole thing.
I mean,
I
she
live
just-
for petty revenge, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's
it
just
turns
that
you into an
petty.
evil fairy. It's great.
I think she was an evil fairy to begin with.
She just became eviler. Is that a
Yeah.
word? Eviler.
More evil.
Yeah.
Eviler.
You
Yeah,
are
Mickey's
evil.
over there. She's like, I'm a teacher. She's like, don't be doing that mess.
No, it's okay. Hey, look, I go either way.
She teaches in Memphis. She's fine.
Exactly.
I love you, Memphis. You're my home.
Exactly.
Watch
Exactly.
Descendants. Maleficent was not a pleasant woman to begin with. There's no way a pleasant woman could have been the mother of Mal.
I haven't watched Descendants, but it looks interesting. I
either.
need to sit and watch
Oh,
it
it's a lot
sometime.
of fun.
I haven't watched it either.
It's good stuff.
I've
I know what a
it
lot
was
of
good
characters
stuff.
look like.
A lot of the kids at school did dress up like on Halloween. They dressed up like some of the characters, so it's real
Yeah.
popular,
when we
very popular. Uh-huh.
when we were on the last time we went on a Disney cruise, right, which was before the pandemic in 2019,
yeah.
Halloween cruise. One of the most fun things we've ever done because just about everybody, there was a designated Halloween night, so people wore all different kinds of costumes.
Mhm.
But people came up with like elaborate family costumes, like it
group,
was like
family
almost like
costumes,
being
yeah.
at a con. That's how good it was.
Oh,
But
that's
there were a lot of big families who did all of the Descendants characters,
Uh-huh,
where
they
the
sure
parents
did.
were the older villains, and then the kids were the younger,
With the kids.
younger
Uh-huh. It was
version.
cool.
And it was really cool.
Really
Yeah.
cool. They really got into it. That
Yeah.
was fun.
I was about to say, some of the funnest of watching it is like figuring out who the parents are. So when you figure out who Mal's dad is, Mal
Yes.
makes total sense, and it's the
Yeah.
best song ever.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds it.
It'll
That
go on
sounds
my list of things to watch. I'm so behind on everything, but I'm just now catching up on watching Wednesday. I'm halfway through it now.
We haven't
so-
even
I
watched
haven't
it
watched
yet
it at
because we've
all.
been so busy. But that's the plan. Now that I'm out for Christmas for 2 weeks. That's one of the things on our list to watch.
We actually
so,
sat
yeah.
down
Sit
and
at home and do
she
nothing.
she
We
opened
had to
up.
document.
Yeah,
and just
she
wrote
opened
down.
up a Word file on her laptop, and we went down like, okay, Disney Plus. What have we not
What
watched?
have we
Okay,
not
Netflix.
watched?
What have we not watched? So yeah.
And now we got a list of stuff to watch. I have a little checklist.
excellent.
When
And if
did
you
we
all
go-
have suggestions, leave them in the comments.
Oh
For
yeah.
Garrett and Nikki, for any of us, if you think we're missing out on something, leave them
Yes.
in the comments. And on that note, Garrett and Nikki, where can we find you?
Not very active, but you can find us at Wonderland Duo Cosplay on Facebook and Instagram. And eventually, when I get around to relaunching my game streaming page, you will be able to find me on Facebook at Mad Hatter Gaming.
Nice.
Hopefully,
We're both on Facebook. Too.
hopefully
Uh-huh.
soon again. Yes.
Yes, and both on
And-
Facebook. Yeah.
And then
And they
the other,
volunteer
and
with
then
Cosplay Memphis all the time.
yes, and we are volunteers with Cosplay Memphis, and I am on the board of Cosplay Memphis, as is Andrea. So come check
If you
out
need
the Cosplay
volunteer
Memphis
stuff,
page.
get with us.
Yep.
Awesome. And Mark and Ruby.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram under T-shirt Cosplay. I realized the other day looking through stuff though, I post a lot more on Facebook. than I do Instagram. I'm hoping to fix that this year.
You can link them. And they'll go on both.
Just link them and then they post it to each other.
Yeah.
I know,
Sounds
but
good.
I don't like to do that because it doesn't link well to like the t-shirt cosplay page. It likes to link to my personal page.
Yeah.
And
Mine is
don't-
doing that right now. All of my Pokeballs by Crayle posts are that I scheduled to Instagram are coming back into my personal page, and I'm like,
No.
guess y'all get to see my Pokeball in progress then. Speaking of, I have a little banner here. I have a web store,
Yes.
CrayleVanest.com/homepage, or if you go to the Phoenix Sis Cosplay link tree, it's on there, linktree.com/Phoenix SIS Cosplay. That's where you can find Kelly and I also. I'm just doing this intro for us, outro, so where
Yes,
you can
thank
find
you.
us for us so that you can look at my pretty Pokeballs while I talk about
Yes.
Pretty.
I
All
love
right,
Pokeballs.
It
Andrew,
is
where
pretty.
can people find you?
Media Rice on Instagram, Facebook. I need to get back more active, and like Garrett, Nikkie, Cosplay Memphis mostly.
Awesome.
Actually, right now you're finding me mostly at Target, being an exhausted retail manager. So
No, I hear you. I hear you.
And you can
There's a lot
find
happening.
at least Crayle and I next month will be participating in the Multiverse fundraiser, and hopefully Andrea will be able to pop in on something there.
yes,
So I'm
because I've got a
going to-
con one day that weekend.
So I'm going to roll that ad. Please join us for this. It's a free con, and we're also raising donations for a really good cause. Please donate. Please help us reach our donation goals, and definitely it's going to be a fun time. We've got a
A lot of big
star-studded-
guests.
Yes, we've got a star-studded lineup and a lot of really cool indie creators collaborating with us too. So without further ado, here is that ad.
And
The Multiverse Fundraiser is a virtual fandom jamboree and a charity fundraiser all rolled into one package. We're not just raising funds for a good cause, we're raising fun. Our 2023 event will be supporting the John Ritter Foundation for Aortic Health, which exists to spread awareness of aortic health and prevent unnecessary suffering through genetic research, widespread education, and radical advocacy. Our fundraiser combines celebrity panels, fandom-based panels, indie creators, and all of the fun of a virtual con for free. There's a little something for everyone while we support a cause close to our heart. Join us on January 20th through 22nd, along with celebrity guests Amy Yazbek, Jason Bear, Chris Gaucher, Victor Garber, William Catt, Cress Williams, Beth Broderick, Armin Shimmerman, Guy Gilchrist, Carrie Schaefer, Brian Hull, Amy Carrero, Jennifer Cody, and Joyce DeWitt.
Cosplay Cafe is sponsored by wadcosplay.com, which is your one-stop shop for quality costumes and cosplay supplies. So click on the link in our show notes to get a 20% off discount. Or not, if you hate saving money. I don't know you. I don't know your life. Clicking on the link does help support our show. So you know what? Just do the thing. Do the thing.